Hello, folks, and welcome to the Counting Sheep podcast. This is episode 68, and my name is Ruth. I am your host of these shenanigans here at the Counting Sheep podcast. It has been a minute. I had taken Easter weekend off. And we had sheep shearing this past weekend, so we've been kind of busy here on the farm. And it is April 14th. It is almost mid-April, and I can't believe it. But I'm back, and hopefully back to my 2-week schedule. Sorry I've been away for so long, but hopefully I have some good things to show you, and make it well worth my being away for a bit. Just so you know, I am without electrical lighting today. We've had a power cut here on the hill. My next door neighbor is having some tree work done. So the electrical company, for safety purposes, has cut the power. I don't know how long, but we are taking advantage of natural lighting today. So I've opened up the curtains on the window, and hopefully all is well, and you'll be able to see everything I'm showing to you without any shadowing or whatever. So my overhead lights are off today. So yeah, I was away for Easter, went to go see my 91-year-old mother in New Jersey. That was really good. She was really happy to see me, so that was a good visit. And like I said, we came back, had a busy week right before sheep shearing, had a good weekend with that, got some footage there. I will put that at the end in case that's not your jam to watch. I did not actually this time around film the shearing of my sheep. I do have footage from other years that I have on my other podcasts from past years. I focus more on my new neighbors who have sheep. And we went down after we had our sheep sheared here on the farm. We went down to their farm, and I did some footage down there. So they have some pretty impressive sheep. Their sheep are called Swiss Valais Blacknose. And they are really big sheep, you will see. So yeah, I took some footage there. And our wonderful shearer, Gwen, did a marvelous job with them, so as you will see. So like I said, I will put that footage at the end. It's always interesting to watch shearing, I think. I never tire of it. It is a wonderful skill for somebody to have. Certainly not me. It is a true art form, I think, a true skill art form. Anyway, places you can find me on the interweb, before I forget to tell you all this good stuff. I am Rabbit Lady on Ravelry. I'm Counting Sheep at Sunrise Hill on Instagram and Threads. And then I'm also Counting Sheep on Facebook. And then if you really need to get a hold of me, because this is the best way to get a hold of me, is via email. And I am sunrisehillfarmandcrafts@gmail.com. And I will put that up on the screen because that is really lengthy. And can certainly get that, get caught up in that a little bit. So yeah, and so I am going to get right into things because I have so much to show you, because it's been 3 weeks, or a little over 3 weeks now. And the first thing I want to get to is what I'm wearing, and that happens to be under my crochet category. This is something that you have been viewing for the last 4 months plus. This is my Lola cardigan, which is finally finished. I'm so excited. I really worked hard on getting this baby done. So the Lola cardigan is by Bjorn. Lilla Bjorn. She is the designer, and I always go by her designer name because I would screw up her real name if I was to pronounce it. She's very talented, has a lot of designs, a lot of sweater pattern designs. But anyway, I want to I'm not going to go into all of the details because I've done that in past podcasts. So you can go and kind of look up all the past podcasts since December, because I started this with my Advent minis, which came from Toad Hollow, NJ, the Toad Hollow ladies down in New Jersey, and my Advent calendar from them. I used all 24 minis in this, and then I used a gray fingering weight yarn from Dylicious Yarns, and this is out of the Southwest. I got this in Arizona, so Southern Arizona this yarn comes from. And this was 800 yards for 8 ounces, yeah. And it was a 75% merino, 15 nylon, and 10% tencel. Let me stand up just to show you. I'm going to back up a little bit and stand up. And this is her in all her glory. Back up a little bit more so you can just kind of catch the ribbing, which doesn't really pull in all that much, which is what I wanted. The button bands, what I decided to do here, I went a little off piece from the pattern. The pattern calls for a slip stitch button band. I went ahead and did a yarn over slip stitch, which is a little more stretchy, and it's easier to execute for me, at least. I find with a slip stitch it's harder to keep that loosey-goosey, at least for me. And then around the collar, I took one of my minis and just did a little single crochet around, just for a little finishing effect there. The mini was kind of a bluish gray. So, and the pattern calls for like a picot, similar to this, a picot finish around the collar. I didn't really want that. I just wanted something really plain, but something contrasting from the gray. So it looked like I actually put an effort in. And the buttons, the wonderful buttons came from Shetland. So these are from a place in Shetland we did not get to visit. It was in like the northern part of Shetland. There really are a lot of places in Shetland to visit once you're there. And a lot of these places you need to get on another ferry to get to. This place is called North Row. And this was a crafter who makes pottery buttons. And this is at the actual card the buttons came on. I actually purchased these at the it's actually the Shetland Knitting Museum. It's not the actual major museum in Lerwick. It's the one that has all the crafts in it, the knitting and the crochet and that sort of thing. The crafter's name is Sharon McGetty. And then that's her information there. She has an email there. I'm not sure whether she ships her craft out or not. I know she provides it for the shops around the island, so, but beautiful buttons, as you can see, very gorgeous. And they actually fit very nicely with this cardigan. I only wanted the 3 buttons up top. I think that's all I'm going to really close on this cardigan. It feels nice and cozy, just like this. And actually, as it warms up today, which it will do, I have a feeling I'm going to be opening this up and just, kind of airing things out as you do, as one does. So, yeah, so that is my Lola cardigan. So happy that it's done. Highly recommend the pattern. Very well written, very descriptive in terms of all this texture that you do in the yoke. And it lends itself very well to Advent minis. So if you're very much into, wanting to use your Advent minis in a garment, this is kind of something you might want to consider. And along those lines, I just want to give another shout out to the Toad Hollow ladies. I know their Advent is up for sale right now. It's up for pre-order. Their theme this year is Beatrix Potter, so it'll be fun to see what they come up with for that. They always have fun colors. So yeah, so you can hop on over there. I think it's toadhollowNJ.com. So if their colors kind of speak to you, or you know, if Beatrix Potter speaks to you, you can go over there and have a look. They also sell handmade bags. They also do some sewing and that sort of thing. So, all right. So moving on from Lola, I want to show you some progress I did on my Melrose vest. This, of course, is the vest that is out of Scottish Yarn Journal. And this is this one. Of course, I always have things flying out of everywhere here. I also managed to get a good amount of work done on this. I got you saw the back that was done. That's the back. I got that blocked. What this pattern has you do is block the back and the front before you start doing any of the finishing work. And I got the front done and blocked. So this is a V-neck front. There it is. And you can see here is the center front stitch that's on hold. And then I think the next step is sewing the shoulders together, and then you start doing the bands. There's a similar band to this, and as you can see, this blocked out so wonderfully. This yarn really has some wonderful drape. I know I got a question about this, the drape on this yarn. I believe when I was over on the Woolly Thistle podcast, when I was there with Maggie, I got a question about the drape on this yarn. You can see it's really nice. After it's been blocked, it's really lovely. Yeah, and so we're going to start working on the bands, which are similar to the blue. So I'll be picking up the blue around the armholes, as well as working on this V-neck band. But as you can see, it's going to look really cool. I mean, obviously it clashes pretty badly with with my Lola cardigan, but I'm really pleased. I'm really pleased. This yarn is wonderful. And just to review what the yarn is, it is West Yorkshire Spinners Morris DK. And the colors I used were Bluebell and Marigold, and this one is the Saffron. So these three colors together. But this comes in an array of colors, and I really had a lot of fun picking out what I would use. They have a lot of neat reds in the Morris DK to choose from. So yeah, so it was a lot of fun to try to, put colors together for that. This is Tunisian crochet, so I use a Tunisian hook with a cable on it. And yeah, so I will continue with those bands, and we'll see how we, I think probably later today I will be picking that up. I am working on that, so. All right, moving on to another work in progress. I started this piece when the Woolly Thistle started their shawl make-along. They started that a couple weeks ago, I think at the end of March, I think it was. And I wanted to kind of put my hand in for crochet and actually Tunisian. I came across a couple of patterns. So this is kind of a mashup of two patterns that I'm doing. but they're kind of similar. They're from the same designer. Her name is Lena Fedotova. I follow her pretty regularly. I like her patterns a lot. And I'll just put that over there. Starting to get things confused here. So she makes Tunisian motifs. So it's kind of just like Tunisian in the round, but just in a motif. So not like in rows like this. So for this first one, she was calling this bubble birds. Actually, I think she calls these both bubble birds. Tunisian, oh, she's just calling this Tunisian motifs. But anyway, let me just show it to you. And of course, the variegation is coming from the yarn in the top yarn. But what I thought I'm doing is taking the idea of the joining from here, and then this other pattern of hers actually uses a different center to the motif, if you can see that. Yeah, so this one's called Tunisian Flowers. So there's that, Tunisian Flowers. And this one's called Tunisian Motifs. So as you can see, the center's different from this one over here. I bought both patterns just because this one has layouts, suggested motif layouts, which I wanted. So you can do a scarf, a stole, a shawlette, or a shawl. So I wanted to do a shawlette, which is this layout down here. Yeah, so let me show you what I have. So you start off with the center, which is a regular crocheted center. So here's a little center that I have. And I figured this would be great to use up my minis, my leftover minis, especially from this. I have so many leftover. I still have leftovers from this, so you might recognize some yarns from this. So, so yeah, here's some little leftover, minis, just the center. So a simple center done with a regular crochet hook. And what's great about this is it's all done on a regular crochet hook. You don't need a Tunisian crochet hook for this little shawlette I'm doing. And then you do the Tunisian in the round from that. So I want to show you just where I'm at with this. And so I'm joining as I'm going. So unfortunately, I don't have one that's kind of separate from the rest of them, because as I'm doing the final row on each motif, I'm joining it onto its friend. But the green yarn that I'm using is Studio Donegal Darny. And I had this, I repurposed this from something else. Matter of fact, I think it was the last shawl cowl that the Woolly Thistle was doing. And it was another Lena Fedotova pattern that I started, and I just got I got distracted. You know me, I'm a squirrel. Anyway, I ended up frogging that. This is 100% lamb's wool, and it also has some flex in it. So it lends itself well to using it with other different colors, or, just any color at all. Green goes with almost anything. Green is ubiquitous in our environment. So yeah, I thought it would look really good with any of my minis, really. So yeah. And the only planning I have involved in this is just to not put a really similar color next to another one, another similar color. So as I'm reaching into my bag of minis, I'm just kind of, semi-planning it out that way. I have 5 minis here that I want for the next row. They're rows of 5 from here on out until I get to the center. And then it slants the other way, 5 rows. And then at the end, it goes down to one row of 4 and then 1 row of 3, and then you're done. So yeah, I'm kind of making 5 of these at a time, and then making the motifs and joining them. So, but it's kind of fun, it's kind of fun to make little things, and you can do 1 a night or 2 a night, and there's kind of a little bit of a dopamine hit there, of getting something done. So yeah, that's kind of I don't know what to name this, because it's not really a pattern. It's a mashup of 2 different patterns from the same designer. But yeah, I should call it my Lena Fedotova shawl and leave it at that. But yeah, I adore people who use the techniques in really wonderful ways. And yeah, this should be really nice. Once it's blocked and, stretched out a little bit more, you can open up these little holes in between. Should make a really nice shawlette. So, all right, so that's it for my crochet. I want to move on to knitting. I have another finished object. Who am I, right? Let me bring out this guy. So as you know, I have been working on the snowman, and I'm happy to say I have to fix his nose. I think he took a header. Here's my friendliest snowman, and this is by Susan B. Anderson. This guy I got in a Good Tidings box for 2024, but I know she released the pattern already, so you can get the pattern. I just want to show all the details on him. And yeah, I worked hard on getting him done. I think he was up to here the last time, or up to here the last time I showed him. She's got, she's got such talent. Well-written patterns, goes without saying. I think I screwed up the hat though, because I think I was supposed to do it in the larger needles, and I ended up doing it on the regular needles. So his hat's a little small, but I think he's still very, very cute. And let me tell you, this scarf is no joke. It wraps around him 3 times, and it's got all the colors in it. But I'm glad, because without it, he's just got the gray and the white. But with it, he's got the green and, the red, and it just really makes him. And like I think I explained last time with the stuffing and everything, I don't use the poly pellets. I think she uses them, only because I've had poor luck with them coming through the knitting. I use a square of cardboard on the bottom, just so that he has a nice flat surface to stand on, and he does stand up pretty well. So yeah, as the essence of cuteness. So cute. I mean, really. And now I get to put him away, which is so sad. But anyway, but my husband's away this weekend, and so I'll probably leave him out until he comes home so I could show him, show the snowman to him. But yeah, he's really adorable. Yeah, so I highly recommend her patterns. Yeah, I think I might be just a little bit addicted to him. So yeah, that's the friendly snowman. this pattern was included in the Good Tidings box. I think all of her stuff is now in PDF form. So yeah, and I think it's available on her website as well as Ravelry. So yeah, that's him. Very, very cute. And then finally, I wanted to show you my whip. Last time, I think I showed you this. This was a kit I got several years ago now from a designer. Actually, not a designer. She is a yarn dyer. And she goes by Just Be Kind. Yeah, Always Be Kind Yarn. That's her website. And this was kind of a mystery sock, Hello Spring self-striping yarn. And I started it. This pattern is available online. It is called the Diamond Heel Sock Pattern. So it is on Ravelry. I checked to make sure. So I wasn't like just kind of putting that name out there and not, you know, and then you couldn't find it. I haven't gotten very far, but I think I just wanted to show you how wonderful, how cute this yarn is. This is a mystery to me. I'm working out of this one bag of yarn that came in this cute little kit in this bag called, you know, she put Hello Spring on here. Came with all these cute little stickers, you know, her little logo sticker, kind people. And I am on shorties. So I'm working with Chow-Goo shorties out of this little kit of shorty. And if you're unfamiliar with this, this is kind of a knitter's erector set, I call it. This is Chow-Goo's, I think, let's see, they're 2mm through 3.25mm needles. And you get the, let's see, you get that length, which I'm not even sure. I think it's probably 2 inches there. And then the other length is really short, maybe 1 inch. Yeah, so you can kind of put together your own shorty length that you want. And of course it comes with the cables and then the tightening key. I'm trying to keep these with these socks right now so that I don't end up actually losing. I have a tendency to lose things that can come apart, you know. Maybe you have a similar problem, but anyway, here is the yarn. It really screams springtime. Yeah, and I'm not quite sure how far I'll go until I get to the heel. I may just get really antsy and squirrely and just start the heel soon. But it is really sweet. And I really am finding the shorties not all that onerous. I am doing it in short blips of time, though. I'm not really putting a lot of time into the shorties. I'm giving my hands kind of a break because I know you can build up a lot of fatigue if you're doing really small circumference knitting on shorties for a long length of time. But yeah, she just walks you right through the pattern. But I'm really interested in this diamond heel. It's supposed to, the diamond heel is supposed to preserve the integrity of the self-striping yarn. And I have never done a diamond heel before. So stay tuned. I think because I'm so curious about the diamond heel, I'll probably get to that sooner rather than later. But yeah, so intrigued by that, really. So But yeah, and you know, I want to get to the second sock as well. But here's the little bag that the skein of yarn is in. So, and I'm also keeping track of my rows so that I can make the second one the same, you know. Obviously it's easier to figure that out because of the self-striping, but I also want to make sure it's, you know, I'm kind of doing it scientifically. So anywho, so hopefully I'll be able to get those going now that my snowman is done. Something for spring. She included this for the cuffs, heels, and toes. I decided to do this in the cuffs, and then we'll see. Well, I'm going to do the diamond heels, so probably toes for this one. So, alrighty, enough of that. Yeah, so another pair of socks on the needles. And then for the last segment, this time around, I wanted to just do something. I had some incoming things that I wanted to share with you that, you know, came in the mail. And also some things I picked up. The first thing is a new yarn that came across my radar, and this is called Eru Elements. It's an Irish yarn. This is a, let me see what the sheep is. It's a DK weight yarn. It's 100% Irish wool, Blueface Luster, and Romney lamb's wool. Stuff is soft. And the, let's see, the color name is Fae, F-A-E. So, and I'm a pink girl, so, you know. So anyway, there is the label. I got a skein of this just to experiment with, and so I looked for a one skein project to do with this, something that would work up really quick, just so I could get a handle for the fiber and see how I felt about it, because that's where I'm at right now. I want to experiment with things small scale before I dive into doing anything larger. So I went to my friend Ravelry, and I wanted to do something crochet, so I found something by Tamara Kelly, and she's a well-known crochet designer in the field, and this is called her Berry Harvest Bandana Cowl, and I kind of like the way they had it kind of styled on Ravelry. And so they said you could add a button to it, which was right up my alley because I have lots of buttons that I've collected. And so anyway, let me show it to you. It's kind of lacy. It's kind of a nice spring project. So there it is. Calls for a 5.0 millimeter hook, which is an H hook in American. Yeah, and see how they styled it on the mannequin there. I think the button goes like right there or something. So yeah, I thought this would look really good, you know, done up in that. So we'll see. Yeah, get that wound up. It feels really, really nice. So yeah, stay tuned. Kind of a nice little quick project, a little crochet lace. I talked about how I might have ordered another Barrett wool kit. And this one was one of her reversible projects. If you're familiar with her book on reversible projects, they're actual animals that you can turn inside out and they become something else. So this one was her reversible bunny. So that's kind of how it's depicted here. But what I love about this came in the mail this past week. Here, there's enough yarn in here to do that pattern. So little pink, but bunny, you know, just some really cool springtime colors here. But she included a pattern. Oh, forgot the gray here. She includes all the little extras, the eyes, and embroidery thread, and then the download code for the bunny pattern. But then she also included this wonderful pattern for the bunny, for a bunny and carrot cozy. So I'm sure there's some yarn left over to make this little guy too. Isn't that cute? I love it. It's wonderful. I love freebie stuff. It's great. Oh, here, let me show you. Her stuff is just so sweet. Really. Can't you just see giving that to a little girl or boy? Yeah, so anyway, that came in the mail too. And then finally, there was something else that came across my radar that I just couldn't pass up either. A small project, once again. I have small projects on brain right now. I think I've done a lot of big projects over the winter, and now I'm kind of palette cleansing, I think, and spring cleaning and all that, and kind of going through my whip closet and that sort of thing, and just pulling stuff out. But this is from Kate Davies. Sorry, I just had a brain fart. Kate Davies Designs. She lives in Scotland, and you may have heard of her. She has a lot of books out. Quite a prolific designer. Anyway, her most recent design grouping, I want to say, included I want to say it was a vest or a sweater that had a beautiful just blue and white pattern, all over pattern to it. Well, she also brought out a kerchief in that same pattern. And when that came across my email, I thought, oh, that's gorgeous. So, and so she had a kit, and the price was right, so I ordered it, and it came from Scotland. Anyway, this is called, I'm sure I can't pronounce it, so I'm just going to put it right up to the screen so you can see it. My Scottish isn't so good. I did look up on how to pronounce it, and promptly forgot. But isn't it gorgeous? It's just so pretty. And this actually is done in the round and steeped. So right up my alley. I like to just knit. And, you know, it's a beautiful kerchief. You can wear it in a whole bunch of ways, not just around your neck. You can wear it in your hair. Yeah, and it's done with, here it is in her hair. Let me see if I can do this without giving away the secret sauce here. I, of course, downloaded the pattern and printed it. So there it is in the hair. Just so cool, right? Yeah. So anyway, let me show you a couple more pictures, just because I think it's so neat the way you can wear these things and style them. So one skein of her Usket. So this is 100% British wool. This is the natural fleece shades. And then this is the Milwaukee tweed, which I've purchased in the past. This is 70% wool and 30% mohair. And this is Lochen, L-O-C-H-A-N. It's probably Lochen. Yeah, so that's the blue. Very pretty. Yeah, so I'm really, and the kit comes with a bag with her logo on it. yeah, so excited about that. Hopefully, won't get too bogged down in other things. But I want to keep to shorter projects, you know, smaller projects for the spring, definitely. So we can get out and garden soon. Yeah, I just put in a row of lettuce, so fingers crossed. Yeah, if you've been with me for a while, yeah, I do like to garden. So I'm not all that successful sometimes, but once in a while you'll hear about my escapades with that. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for this week. Thank you so much for joining me. I always appreciate you coming back. And if you're new here, I so appreciate you joining me. Once again, hit like and subscribe if you really if something resonates with you here. And also, I enjoy always reading your comments. And yeah, if you have something to contribute, if you want to share what you're making, I always enjoy reading your comments. So until the next time, keep crafting, stay safe, and I will see you then. Take care now.
How many did, what's the woman's name at Wayne Affair? Well, hang on. No? My best friend